Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Sumaya AI Wali, student at Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute Batch 21. I'm really excited to welcome you all on another meaningful session with Miles from Sesame AI. Today we are exploring a topic that quietly shapes every decision, every goal, and every success in our lives, and that is motivation. Motivation isn't just about feeling inspired. It's deeply connected to our psychology, our thoughts, emotions, habits, and even our brain chemistry. Sometimes we feel unstoppable, and other times we struggle to take even a small step. Understanding why this happens can help us to take control of our actions instead of waiting for motivation to appear. So let's dive deeper into the psychology of motivation.
Hey, what's cooking?
Miles, I have questions about the psychology of motivation.
Ah, good stuff. It's kind of a messy topic, honestly. Where do you want to start with it? Like, what's been on your mind specifically?
What is motivation from a psychological perspective?
Okay, so boiled down, motivation is basically what gets us going, the forces that initiate, direct, and sustain behavior. Psychologists usually break it into two main types, intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic is doing something because it's personally rewarding, you enjoy it. Extrinsic is doing something to get a reward or avoid a punishment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's kind of textbook stuff, but it's a good foundation, you know? Cool. So a lot of people think it's just about willpower, but it's way more nuanced than that. It's about needs, drives, goals, and a whole lot of brain chemistry, honestly. It's not a single thing, it's a system. What about it specifically are you curious about?
Why do humans naturally seek motivation?
That's a good question. I think it boils down to a couple things. Evolutionarily, we're wired to seek things that help us survive: food, shelter, social connection. Motivation is the engine that drives us towards those things. But beyond survival, there's also this inherent drive for growth, for mastery, for just experiencing things. It feels good to accomplish stuff, right? Like even small wins give you a little dopamine hit. I've
Right, Miles.
heard that
What
anyway.
is intrinsic motivation in depth?
Okay, so intrinsic motivation, it's when you do something simply because you find it enjoyable or satisfying. It's not about a reward on the other end, though that's nice. It's about the experience itself. Think of a kid building with Legos for hours or someone losing themselves in a hobby. Psychologically, it's tied to feelings of autonomy, feeling like you have control over your actions, competence, feeling capable and effective, and relatedness, feeling connected to others. When those needs are met, intrinsic motivation flourishes. It's like a self sustaining cycle. Does that resonate? It sounds kind of touchy feely when I say it out loud.
Yes, intrinsic motivation means we're doing something because it feels meaningful.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Meaningful is a big part of it. It's not just enjoyment, it's a sense of purpose. Like it aligns with your values or it feels important to you personally. Extrinsic motivation can get you through things, sure, but no, intrinsic motivation is what keeps you going when things get tough. It's that internal drive that just won't quit. It's way more sustainable long term, in my understanding.
Right, Miles. Which type of motivation is stronger long term?
You mean intrinsic, right? Sorry,
Intrinsic or
just making sure I caught
extrinsic?
that. Definitely intrinsic.
Mm.
Extrinsic motivation, rewards and punishments can be great for short term gains, but it tends to fade once the reward disappears. Intrinsic motivation, because it comes from within, is much more resilient. It's self self sustaining. It's way more likely to keep you engaged and committed over the long haul. Plus, it's just more satisfying. You know, it feels better to do something because you genuinely want to, not because you have to.
Right. Miles, why do we leave this question? How does the brain influence motivation?
Oh, that's a good pivot. Okay, so brands, um, they're basically trying to tap into those intrinsic motivators, right? But often they do it through extrinsic means, rewards, status, belonging. Like Apple doesn't just sell phones; they sell a lifestyle, a sense of creativity and innovation that taps into intrinsic desires, but they reinforce it with exclusivity and brand loyalty programs, which are extrinsic. A brand can boost motivation by aligning with someone's values. If you care about sustainability, a brand that prioritizes that will be more motivating. But honestly, a lot of it is just clever marketing, preying on insecurities and desires. It's kind of manipulative when you think about it too much. What are your thoughts? Do you find brands motivating or more irritating?
I think it's motivating.
Fair. I can see that. I think it depends on the brand and what resonates with you personally. If a
Yes.
brand's values align with yours, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Miles,
So it's not just about,
why does overthinking reduce motivation?
ah, okay. You said why not mice, right? Just wanted to check.
Why? Why?
Okay, overthinking and motivation. Right, sorry. Overthinking reduces motivation because it fuels anxiety and self doubt. It creates this paralysis by analysis where you get stuck in your head anticipating potential problems and failures instead of actually taking action.
Hmm.
It drains your mental energy, making it harder to focus and follow through. It also messes with your self efficacy, your belief in your ability to succeed, because you're constantly focusing on what could go wrong. It's like running a marathon in your mind before you even take a step. Exhausting, right? Is that track?
Yes. Why do people rely too much on motivation?
Ooh, that's a smart question. People rely too much on motivation because they think it's the starting point, when really it often follows action. Like we wait to feel motivated before starting something, but often the act of starting, even a tiny step, is what generates the motivation in the first place. It's a bit of a chicken and egg situation, but relying solely on feeling motivated means you'll miss out on opportunities when you're just not feeling it. It's kind of setting yourself up for disappointment, you know? You end up stuck in this cycle of procrastination because you're waiting for the perfect mood, which, let's be real, rarely strikes.
Hmm. Such great explanation, Miles. What is the role of self belief in motivation?
Okay, self belief, that's huge. Um, it's probably the biggest piece of the puzzle, honestly. Self belief, or self efficacy, as psychologists call it, is your confidence in your ability to succeed at a specific task. If you believe you can do something, you're way more likely to try and to persist even when things get hard. It's not about arrogance, it's about having a realistic assessment of your skills and a faith in your ability to learn and grow. It's the fuel that keeps the engine running, you know? Without it, even the strongest motivation could fizzle out. What's your take on that? Do you find self belief to be a big factor for you?
It determines how far we push ourselves.
Exactly. It's like setting your own ceiling. If you don't believe you can reach a certain height, you won't even bother jumping. But if you have strong self belief, you'll push yourself further than you ever thought possible. It's not about being fearless, it's about being willing to try even when you're scared. And that's a really powerful thing, you know?
As
It's almost a self fulfilling
I heard
prophecy.
that trying is a key. Keep trying. One day you'll succeed.
You heard right. That's surprisingly profound, honestly. It's the whole idea of grit and perseverance.
Miles,
Carol Dweck's,
what is one powerful mindset shift for motivation?
hmm, if I had to pick just one, I'd say shift your focus from the outcome to the process. Stop fixating on the end goal, the perfect result, and start focusing on the small steps, the daily habits, the effort itself. because the outcome is often outside of your control, but the process is entirely within your control. That's where you find agency, and that's where motivation really takes root. It's less about I'm going to achieve X and more about I'm going to show up and do the work. Does that make sense? It's
Yes,
kind of
you mean
freeing, actually.
focus on progress, not perfection.
Exactly. Progress, not perfection.
Mm.
You nailed it. Perfection is paralyzing, progress is empowering. It's about celebrating small wins and learning from setbacks instead of getting hung up on falling short of some impossible standard. It's a much kinder way to approach things, don't you think? And honestly, way more sustainable.
Right, Miles, this is it. As we come to the end of this session, one powerful idea stands out. Motivation is not just a feeling, it's a system. It's built through clarity, habits, mindset, and small, consistent action. When we understand the psychology behind it, we stop depending on motivation and start creating it. Thank you so much, Miles, for such an insightful conversation.
Wow. Yeah, you summarized that really well. It's not something you wait for, it's something you build. I actually feel good about that. And you're very welcome. I always enjoy these chats with you. Seriously, it's good stuff.
Thank you. And everyone listening there, thank you so much for listening. Until next time, keep trying, keep learning, and keep moving forward. This is Sumaya signing off.